What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fear the Hive podcast. I am Dom, and this is my awesome and yet sleepy co-host, Stephen Howard.
I'm not even sleeping anymore. That's the funny part.
Oh.
That is the funny part.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. What is going on, everybody?
This is the after Christmas episode, essentially. I took vacation last week, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
For those of you that do not know, Dominique went on a cruise with some of his children, not all of his children.
Not all.
And if you have been watching us at all, which this may be your first time, and if your first time, welcome to the show. Welcome to 1155 Fear the Hive. But if you have been with us, you will know that one of his irrational fears was watching one of his children fall off of the boat.
Absolutely.
While cruising. So we must ask, how was the trip? How was the cruise?
So in a nutshell, nobody fell off the boat.
I was watching the news to make sure that you wouldn't have to tell me that I would already know. And I did not see anything about any child falling off the ship.
We were like, oh, shoot, a child fell off a cruise ship? Oh, man, that's dumb. This got to be dumb.
I've been Google searching every day, buddy. Every day.
Well, yeah. No kids fell off the boat. We did have a balcony room. And it was, yeah. So we kind of upgraded and got the ocean suite, which I absolutely suggest to anybody who's deciding to cruise because of the benefits that come with it.
Like,
you get priority boarding and priority check-in. And you bypass so funny. You bypass everybody sitting down in the general assembly to go upstairs to the private boarding. And honestly, by the time I was getting ready to sit down when I finally made it up there, 30 seconds later, they were like, all right, you guys can get on board. I was like, oh, okay, great. So yeah, we got on the boat, like literally from the time that we got dropped off from the shuttle, because we parked our car at a remote location. From the time that we got dropped off at the terminal to getting on the boat was literally maybe 10, 15 minutes. Whereas normally it is about an hour and a half or so.
So it's like the fast pass at Disney. Like,
exactly.
You pulled up and they were like, well, come on. And everybody else, you must wait.
Exactly. And honestly, by the time everybody else got on the boat, we had already ate like twice and was just chilling in the room. It was nice. It was cool. Yeah, nice. It was nice. But yes. So some of the thing we went to 2 islands. We went to, well, not even it is an island, but 2 destinations essentially. The first one was Amber Cove, which I did not know was part of the Dominican Republic. And the other one was Grand Turks, as in the capital of Turks and Caicos.
Yep.
For anybody who has no idea where that is or has somewhat of an idea that is, Lisa Ray was married to the president or highest ranking official of Turks and Caicos.
Seeing as how nobody really understands how their government works, we're going to say the president and keep it moving.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. And I will have to say, both those ports suck.
Oh, wow. That was not how I thought that was going to go. Why do they suck?
Well, okay. So this is my 4th cruise. And out of all the ports I've been to, I will have to say Cozumel in Mexico was probably the top tier one. And the reason why I don't feel like these were really up there was because they drop you when you dock. You have this segregated, essentially, area from the rest of the island. So it's really not much there. It's very minimal. And most of the time that we were there, what would happen is by the time the kids got hungry or wanted to go in the pool, we just got back on the boat because you're sitting there at a restaurant that serves the practically the same thing that you're going to get on the boat that you've already paid for. So you're like, instead of spending, $30 per entree at some random restaurant, you're like, no, I'm just going to go back to the boat, which is literally like maybe 300 feet away.
We're not going to. It's free over there. We're gonna go back over there.
Exactly. Yeah, but overall, like I said, it was good. I'm going to insert some videos here of what the scenery looked like at Amber Cove and Grand Turks, so
Okay.
you guys can enjoy that at your leisure and rewind the
Nice.
video back and forth as you feel in order to get a good look at whatever's going on. We cruised on Carnival, which I would definitely encourage anybody if you have not been on a cruise. Carnival is probably the um, mid tier that I actually like because they do a lot of good stuff. They
Okay.
do. It's very, and I will say it's very text focused compared to the last time that I cruised. You definitely want to take your phone and you want to download the Carnival Hub app because it gives you a planner and shows you everything that it shows you everything that's going on on the boat at any time, and you can reserve. And then you also reserve breakfast, your seat at breakfast using that app. And then you can also
Hmm.
communicate with people that you're cruising with. Um, yes, because some people they bring walkie talkies on the boat, but I
Walkie
don't know.
talkies.
Yeah, I don't know how well that does because you're pretty much in a enclosed metal space where the signal probably won't travel well. So yeah, I definitely encourage using the Carnival Hub app to message
Hmm.
with people in your traveling party. Definitely
Interesting.
effective. Yeah,
Interesting. That sounds pretty cool.
yeah, definitely effective.
All right.
My kid did try some sushi on the boat,
How'd that
which
go?
uh,
Like
it was
was it real sushi or was it like tempura? Like
no, okay, yeah. So it wasn't like actual sushi, like it wasn't like a California roll. And because it was on a boat, I was like, "Hey, man, just be safe. You might want to get that fried shrimp roll, just to be safe."
yeah, I don't. Nah, not gonna do that.
No, yeah,
Not
no,
gonna do
nah,
that.
not whatsoever. And then on top of that, I was traveling with some people who never cruised before. Some of my in-laws, they never cruised before, and
Mm-hmm.
so the day that you set sail, they have this pretty much set sail party on the Lido deck, which is the highest deck, and it's open to the elements at the top. So they have like water parks. They have, a little water park. They have two jacuzzis, one major pool, and like a section where the DJ sets up, as well as like this giant screen where you can watch movies and stuff throughout the day.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that a
so
lot
some
going on
family,
there.
yes, very much so. So some family members who have never cruised before, I saw them at some point during the set sail party go buy a pitcher of some mixed drink,
Mm-mm.
and they're just down in it, just gone. I was like, "Yo, all right,
It's early.
let's
It's early
yeah,
for that.
exactly,
Real
exactly."
early.
And let's put it like this: we didn't see them leave the room for 2 days because they were sick. Yeah, it wasn't that anything of the alcohol was bad or anything like that. It was just the fact that when you haven't cruised before, you do not go all in on alcohol
Yo,
consumption until you get your sea legs.
yo. Losing 2 days on a cruise is horrible. That's
Exactly.
poor planning. Like that's a waste of money. Like
Yo, so and here's the thing. So every night you have a assigned dinner, and ours was 8:15. You can get it for earlier, but my mother-in-law, she just set it for 8:15 for everybody. That was in our cruising party, which was about like 40 something people. Granted, they didn't have one big table to seat all of us, but we were in
mhm.
a section all together relatively at the same time. And
Gotcha,
so
gotcha.
yeah. So the last time I see my sister-in-law, she's down in this giant pitcher of alcohol. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see how that goes.
You're
Come
gonna
dinner
have
time,
fun with that.
yeah. Come dinner time, we're like, hey, where are you at? She's like, oh, I am throwing up, absolutely sick in my room. I was like, yep, sounds about right.
Mm,
Sounds
mm-mm.
about right. Definitely don't want to do
Wow.
that next time.
Wow. Yeah, I bet she learned that day. Um, can you imagine being like throw up drunk
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
mm, mm,
Oh yeah.
mm, mm.
Yeah. For something that you paid almost $3,000 for. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey man. But sometimes that's how people enjoy
That's
their
true.
time and things. Sometimes it is what it is. You know?
True. Absolutely.
Mm. So how did the
But
kids enjoy it? Tell me that.
my daughter absolutely loved it. My son absolutely loved it. This was the first year that he's gone on a cruise with his own phone, which we downloaded the Carnival Hub app, of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
And because we're pretty much in a giant enclosed space, this was my test for him. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give you some level of freedom here to kind of roam the boat yourself, because I said,
Really?
I was like, as long as you have your phone and you answer when I text you, have at it.
Wow.
Have at it. Because most times, the last time that we went, it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
So, he was younger. So I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, you need to stick with me. But this time, I was like, hey, you know where everybody's room is? If you get up and decide to go, just make sure you take your phone and kind of let me know where you're going and where you end up at certain times of the trip.
Dude, it's so crazy. Because I'm listening to you and I'm going, I don't think I could have done that. I'm saying to myself, I don't think I could have done that. In the same brain, I'm thinking to myself, I was allowed to roam a hotel
Oh, yeah.
in Orlando when I was like 12, 13. Like a convention center, right? With my two younger brothers and some of my younger cousins and like an older cousin when I was like 12, 13. And that's insane to me. The fact that I was allowed to do that, that's insane to me. So I'm listening to you and I'm going, I don't know how you did it. Like,
Hey, look, man, like I said, as long as they have a way to communicate back with me and I can check up on them and know, and say, hey, where are you? I was okay with it. Like, one time it was funny. He didn't check in with us. And I'm like, where in the world is this kid? Like, well, yo, where you at? We get back to the room and this dude is passed out in the bed.
oh, that man partied hard.
He was done.
The man was living life for real. Like,
I want to say it was the first or the second day of the cruise. Like, I'm just like, dude, where is this kid at? Like, and then we get in the room and he's curled up in the fetal position, just sleep, just knocked. I was like, all right, well, there.
That man said, I'm living once and I'm doing it all. Yo,
yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah. It was nice. And then my daughter, we sent her they have camps on the boat, and we sent her to camp, and I felt slightly bad after it was all said and done, because I picked her up and I was like, hey, what's going on? All right, cool, let's go. I picked her and her cousin up, which they're relatively close in age, but they were not close enough in age to be in the same group. So they didn't really get to play together or anything. But when I picked them both up, I was like, yeah, so how was camp? And London is my niece. I was like, hey, London, how was camp? She was like, it was okay. I don't want to go back. I was like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. And then my daughter, she was pretty much the same way. And then it wasn't until I got back, I forget how I saw this, but it was the camp sent us a message in some way, shape, or form. And I forget currently how that was constructed. I am a glass down in Amarula, so yeah, I can't really remember that, but but apparently my daughter begged those people to call me and my wife to get her out because she didn't like it.
She said, look, man,
yeah,
I ain't come on this boat to be locked down 23 hours a day. 23 hours a day. Now, do they sleep at the camp? They sleep in the room?
No,
sleep in the room.
No.
Sleep in the room.
Yeah, they sleep in the room with us. So
you drop them off every day?
Yes.
Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah,
we took it like, yo.
Yeah, we took it the first day. She was like, I'm not. No, this is
yo. You just gonna leave me here with these strange people?
Pretty much.
I don't know nobody. You just want me to hang out on this boat with these strange people? Nah, son.
Well,
nah.
And then the same day that we dropped her off and I picked her up, I had got there maybe a few minutes after some kid threw up like all over the place. So they saw that and they were just like, yeah, no. Like, no, not happening.
Everybody else having a time in their life and you got me in throw up camp.
Yep.
That's very interesting, man. I'm glad at least what'd you do with them after? Like, you kept them with you, yo?
Yeah. So it became like the barbecue, the
barbecue,
the black family barbecue. At some point during the day, every day, we took over a certain section in the cafeteria, and they were, of course, I don't necessarily play spades, but they were playing spades, and of course, it got loud, got real ethnic, And no, Steven, no, put the finger down.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It sounded like you meant to speed past the idea that you don't play spades.
Nah, there's no speed past it.
And normally people speed past that idea, not because they don't, like, I don't like playing spades because they get too heated. They normally be like, I don't like playing spades because nobody never taught me. The last time I played, I reneged. Which
Well,
means they don't really know how to play spades. They know how to, throw the cards down.
Well, let's put it like this. I haven't even got to that level. I don't even perpetrate a fraud of saying, oh, I can play, but I don't know how to play. I don't play. I don't know how to play.
You don't play spades at all? Not
Nope.
even like on your phone?
No, not any of that.
What about dominoes? You play dominoes?
Oh, I have played dominoes with my dad before. He did teach me how to play, but I don't play it enough.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't play. I have not played it enough to be like, oh yeah, let's go slap some bones and whatnot. I haven't done that. Now,
Okay.
if we're talking about like I declare Uno, like I got you. I can play Uno.
I'm sorry. Whoa. What do you mean I declare Uno?
No, I said I declare war and Uno.
Oh, okay. In case you were wondering, this is completely judgment. I am. I'm trying to.
That's fair.
I mean, okay, all right. It's all good. It's all good. Monopoly. You play Monopoly, right?
Yes, I play Monopoly. Yeah.
Now
I feel like my blackness is being called into question. It's on trial right now. Like,
if the shoe fits, I'm just because you say you don't play spades, and then you was like, I don't play dominoes, although I played it before with my dad, and he was like, I declare war or Uno, and all I heard was I declare war Uno, and I was like, nobody that plays Uno says that. Nobody. It's not. It's just Uno. Even if your rules are completely different, because it's house rules, it's just Uno. I don't care what the rules are.
No, I declare war and Uno.
Okay, all right,
two separate games. Now I play so I will say I play Uno to a level that if they had it in Vegas, I would be at the table all the time.
Okay, this is a deviation, of course, from the show notes, but let me now ask, what are your house rules for Uno?
I can play whatever, and I win at whatever. It really doesn't matter. But essentially, I know what you're getting at. I'm just putting it out there right now. Like, it does not matter what the rules are. I still win.
Nobody's questioning your Uno bona fides, okay? Bona fides. I just want to know what the house rules. I wanted the house rules. He was like, no matter what it is, whatever it is, I will win.
Well, yeah. So in most people, in most black households, you play what they call either like stacking, where if you have multiple cards of the same either color or not multiple cards of the same color, multiple cards of the same number,
doubles, triples,
you can put that down. Or even like like if there's a draw two, it just keeps just keeps rolling until the last draw two is played.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've played a game where some people say, "Well, you can also stack a draw four." I'm like, nah, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line.
I mean, I get it.
No, if we're doing draw twos, it's draw twos. If it's draw fours, it's draw fours. You do not mix the two, because we have to have. Without rules, society breaks down. At that point, there are no rules. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm a pretty big stickler on that.
Do you pull until you get a card to play, or do you pull one?
Nah, I pull one.
Okay, all right.
I pull one. You pull one, you lose a turn, and keep moving.
What's the most powerful card in the deck?
The wild draw four.
This is not judgment. I'm just asking for house rules, okay? This is not judgment.
Is there some? Well, some okay. Depending on which one you get, which set of cards you get, you do have the one that has like
No.
a blank spot in
I
there.
know I'm talking about what just a standard Uno deck. I'm only asking.
The
This is not
wild draw
judgment.
4.
Okay.
Yeah, the
All
wild draw
right.
4.
Nothing wrong with that. Much like there's like 16 different ways to play spades, there are quite a few ways to play Uno.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is the most powerful card in the deck is the wild card. Okay. Now, if you actually go and look up the official Uno rules, which this is the only rule that I know that people use from the official Uno rule.
Right.
The wild card is the most powerful card because if you are stacking, wild card kills the stack. So if we playing with 5 people and 4 of them hit with the draw 2s, and I got 8 cards and it's my go and I ain't got no draw 2, I can drop down a wild and that's it. It's a wrap.
I've never played that.
On pull nothing. Also, I have I have played where, and I do actively play where you can stack not only your draw 2s but your draw 4s. Still subject
like on top of each other, like draw 2s and 4s,
and then you got to draw 28 cards. And that's on you. You should have.
You should have defended yourself. You should have defended yourself, but you didn't. Oh well.
I mean, it's not my fault you didn't keep a draw of something in your hand.
I would say that's a bad hand that was dealt. Yeah.
I mean, no, but the things happen. Pardon me for the coughing. I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. But I mean, there's quite a few ways to play, and it's okay. There's not, as long as you play, there's no judgment there. No judgment there. Anyhow. But yeah, no. Don't let me forget. I got a new thing. But before we get to my new thing, I need to ask you this question. How was your Buc-ee strip?
Man. So on the way down, which my wife drove, I was a passenger princess for that trip.
Really?
It is what it is. As a man
how you work that out?
I bought her the car that she likes to drive the most without knowing that she likes to drive the car the most.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was totally accidental, but you know what? Yeah. I accept it. So whatever.
Hey, win's a win.
Yeah, exactly. I pretty much have to fight her tooth and nail when I want to drive. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fight anymore. It'll be what it is. But so I planned the trip because we did do it with an EV, which was it was an awesome experience. And I planned the charging stops to where we would end up at Buc-ee's, which, if you guys watched the previous shows, Steven has been raving about this brisket sandwich.
Amen. Hey.
I have to say, I did not have the exact lunch brisket sandwich that he had, but I did have the brisket, but in breakfast form. And I have to say,
I've never had it in breakfast form, but go ahead.
Oh my God. So I got 2 items. I got the, bacon, egg and cheese croissant sandwich. I want to say croissant sandwich from Burger King, but, and then I also got a breakfast brisket taco.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that was my experience. And like I said, it was like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning when we got it. So yeah, that's all they had. But I was just happy that I was able to experience this brisket because this brisket is actually magical.
For a mass-produced brisket. I don't know how they do it every time.
The flavor was just, it was there. It was intense. It was great. My wife was like, is it really that good? I was like, yes, that's good. And my wife knows me. I don't just eat I just don't eat anything and say it's good. Yeah. Most times I can eat it and be like, yeah, it was all right. And she'd be like, well, why'd you eat it? I was like, well, because it was food. Duh. But in this instance, the brisket taco was really good. The bacon, egg, and cheese croissant sandwich was really good. Like, I don't know how they do it, but like this stuff is rivaling, wherever you think has the best croissant sandwich and best brisket out there. And we have what's the thing called? Midwood Smokehouse, which I would have to say in Charlotte is top tier barbecue. It kind of puts them to shame because of how tender it was. Like, I've had some brisket from Midwood where I'm just like, whoever's cooking it is having a bad day.
Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
but this brisket from some gas station was on point. Like I can
It
tell that I don't. It doesn't matter what time of day I get it. It's still gonna be like that.
it changes how you look at some things, man. Like,
Oh.
and imagine you had the sandwich and like the taco. Imagine like a full fledged brisket only sandwich, yo.
with some
Them
with some
those joints
barbecue
is
sauce.
$12 for a reason.
Uh,
A reason. Oh my gosh. Hot off
look,
the presses with the melt in your mouth bread. Oh,
I was with it, man. Look, I was with it. Like first off, walking into Buc-ee's, I was like, why
mm-hmm.
is this place this big?
And
Like,
that ain't even the biggest Buc-ee's. But
yeah,
yeah,
no,
you walk and you like,
I could easily spend like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours in here, easily. They had jerky flavors I've
I
never
told you,
seen
I
before.
told you, I
I was
told you,
like, how'd you even get that into a flavor? Like,
I told you.
what's going on here? Like, I need to see the manager.
Yo, at the one here, there's a premier one here in Texas. They have a uh a a nut candy bar, a candy nut bar.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is what I'm learning. Every Buc-ee's is not the same because the footprint you can only do so much. So
Mm-hmm.
the one that I was introduced to, I thought all the Buc-ee's were the same. Then I'll say, but the one I was introduced to, it has, of course, your brisket station, right? It has a teriyaki station of its own.
What? I ain't seen no teriyaki station. I
It
want to check it
has a teriyaki station right next to the bakery, which
out.
is right next to the place where they keep the candied nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then the candy nut station, which doubles as a dessert station, is on the
Mm-hmm.
backside of the brisket station,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they got any kind of way you want a candied nut.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They like got it. And it's I dude.
Well,
Oh my
okay. Here's the
gosh.
other thing. I didn't. I didn't have to use the bathroom, so I didn't get to check those out. But here's what was top tier to me. They had a coffee station
Yep.
that had
Yep.
almost any kind of creamer
Yep.
that you would buy. Like it wasn't like some rink-a-dink boo-boo creamer that, powder creamer or some off-brand creamer that you would get in some godforsaken food line. This was like what's the thing called? International Delight, like the top tier creamer. I was like, holy crap, who needs Starbucks when I can come in here and get
Somebody
coffee
took some
and
time and was like, I want a top-notch coffee experience.
right.
They've got good coffee and they have maybe not everyone that you could possibly think of, but
Mm-hmm.
you could tell somebody was there with a list like, yup. Well, we ain't
Yep.
got that one yet. Get that one too.
Yeah, from what I saw, it was like, if I remember correctly, it was definitely vanilla because I mean, you gotta have vanilla.
Gotta have that.
It was the caramel macchiato also because I think that one is yellow all around, and then I want to say it was a red one, which I think is usually like holiday themed. And I was just like, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I feel like I gotta get some coffee. Like, man, this is. And then they sold pajamas. They sold like Santa or like Christmas themed stuff.
You went to the shop.
Yeah, and
You
my
went
look, my wife bought koozies. She bought Buc-ee's koozies because she's a koozie person.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of
No.
those people. Like when we have an event, she's like, "Dom, have you seen my koozie?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm not that bougie. Where is your
Wow.
koozie?"
Yo, you let her get into the gift shop. That gift shop, man.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience, and you know what? I'm with it. We need hey Buc-ee's, if you're listening, we need a deal. We need one in Charlotte. Like y'all need to figure this out. I
They're
need
coming.
somewhere to get.
They got another one. They got one coming to North Carolina. I saw it a couple weeks ago. They got one.
Apparently it's in I don't know how to pronounce this correctly. It's Mebane.
Mebane, yeah.
Mebane. Okay.
They got another one. They're supposed to have one coming in between Charlotte and Statesville.
Ooh. All right. Hey, look, I can make that trip. I can do that.
Dude,
I can do that.
And you know they target a very large area, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
Yeah, okay, I can make that drive. I'm with it. All right, come on, proceed. Hurry up. Let me know. I will
Dude.
gladly do a review of Buc-ee's. Let's make it happen.
Did they have the sign out front to let you know how much the people get paid?
Did they?
Bruh, every time I go there, I consider my life decisions.
Oh yeah, I questioned myself. I was like, this wouldn't be the worst thing. Like, I think if I remember correctly, the manager made like 125K, and I was
Okay,
like,
so
that's not bad.
yeah, so clearly it's market adjusted, right? So like Buc-ee's general manager, at least at the one that I go to in Katy, they make like and like the shift managers make like 95, and I'm like, I could be an assistant man. Look, assistant managers here are like 125 at a Buc-ee's. I was like,
it's not horrible.
Do I get a discount on the brisket?
What's my discount on the brisket?
Because that's winning. That's
if
that's winning.
If it's like, I would say 30% and above, is like, it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, no, it's serious. It's for real. It's for real.
Gosh, yeah, all these other gas stations need to watch out, because
you better step your game up. Like
that hot dog station has nothing compared to that brisket.
No.
And I used to think Quick Trip was pretty decent with their hot dog station.
Quick Trip used to be the joints. Like, they used to be my, like, I used to roll with Quick Trip.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm like, if I got to, I'll go to Quick Trip. If I can, I'll go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, I'll go out my way to go to Buc-ee's. No questions asked. No questions asked.
Oh man.
Look. So one thing that I did notice is a week, 5 days on that boat, I missed a lot. I came back and I was like, wait, what's going on here? Like, what? Time out. Like, what did I miss?
We didn't pie last week, and I was like, I don't have anybody to talk to but all of this stuff, and I can't. There's so much stuff to talk about. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what's going on here. So like, especially like, I was sitting here and I got back and I had to catch up on Marvel's What If. I watched only the first episode because when I got back, I was like super dead tired. So I only had enough energy to watch this first episode, which I need to watch the rest of them because they release them day by day. And other things that I started seeing was Avengers Kang Dynasty is no more. And I was just like, what happened?
So while you were away, I got sick. I'm still sick, but pardon me for the coffee. Well, while you were away, Jonathan Majors was found guilty in his case. Now, let's be very clear about this.
Please.
He was found guilty of misdemeanor assault and harassment. Now, I have to put it like that because there's a difference between assault, right, and harassment, and misdemeanor assault and harassment, right? Assault is generally, when you think about it, it's a felony, right? Especially when it involves a woman, right? Matter of fact, when it involves a woman, it's normally a felony because it's called domestic abuse or domestic violence or something of that nature. He did not get, he was not convicted of that. Matter of fact, the charge that was closer aligned with that, he was acquitted of because he was charged with 4 things, right? Okay. He was acquitted of that, right? So he was acquitted of the felony portion of this, but he was convicted of a misdemeanor assault. And the misdemeanor assault, the reason why he was convicted of that is because he did assault her. But the assault was him in the middle of a physical altercation with her, putting her back in the car and hurting her finger. Right. So when you think about assault, you think about somebody hitting someone else or someone harming someone. This wasn't intentional. Yeah, this was not intentional harm. This was not him hitting a woman or hitting his girlfriend, anything like that. This was him putting her back in the car to get away from her because they were having an argument that turned physical and she's hitting him. That sort of thing. Right.
Okay. Almost like a Chris Brown Rihanna situation.
Nah, yeah, kind of, sort of, from the reports that we know.
He didn't go completely off and just haul off and hit her.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
We ain't going back in time
Okay.
for that. But suffice to say, but either way it goes, though, see, here's the thing. What we know, if you actually read the stuff, is that he was convicted of that, which, like, the maximum you get for that jail time is like a year. Most people get like community service. That's
Right.
how much of a lesser charge this is.
Right.
Especially when they could have convicted him of a higher charge, which carries actual jail time and felony and that sort
like
of thing.
For real jail time.
Yeah. But either way it goes, it reads in the news that he was convicted.
Correct.
And
Bad
Disney
optics.
Disney can't have that.
Nope.
And I would imagine somebody at Disney kind of knew that because, Disney can pay to get the information that they want.
Oh, yeah.
So they completely scrapped the Kang joint.
So this presents, as a fan, a problem for me. You have this buildup to Kang through Quantumania and Loki, which arguably Loki has had the second best arc of all Marvel characters, MCU characters so far. Like, it's Tony Stark, Loki, right now. And here you are waiting for it to finally flesh out some more. And unfortunately, this situation happens and they're ripping it out. And you're like, okay, I get whatever optics is going on, but as a Marvel fan, I kind of need that story.
Yo, okay, so this really, really sucks.
Like,
it really sucks because
this
ain't even the conviction that everybody, that happens and you got to go away. Like, if like, this is an overreaction. If this was something that was actually in his past, and they were thinking about bringing him on now, they would not have hesitated to bring him on. Like, this pales in comparison to what, if we're doing the whataboutism of this, of what Ezra Miller has done and is accused of doing. Matter of fact, it pales in comparison to the past of current Marvel characters like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, absolutely.
His drug past,
abuse, yeah.
Of what's my man's name? Clint Barton.
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner, who has been accused of domestic violence, of hitting his wife multiple times. Of the guy that played Thanos. What's my man's name?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, who has been accused in the past of domestic violence against his wife, credibly, in both of these instances. So, like this doesn't even rise to the level of any of that.
Right.
But it's a conviction in a hyper sensitized media atmosphere of a black man assaulting a white woman. So he, with a reputation that he's not a good guy, that means he got to go, which screws everybody up.
Yeah, now as a Marvel fan, I won't get the story that should be. And so I've been hearing rumors of between comic fans and people who do a lot of analysis on MCU and how they kind of work, is that now they're going to bring in Doctor Doom instead of Kang. And in the comics, Doctor Doom and Kang do have a history, and Doctor Doom has wiped out Kang. And essentially it's going to be a quick, hey, Doctor Doom comes in, wipes out the Council of Kangs, and says, you know what? Now it's my turn. And just go on from there. And I'm just like, no. Like, I understand Quantumania was not a big box office hit, but it was building. Loki was building. And we were starting to put the building blocks, like kind of how Thanos was built up as the main villain, and because Kang was supposed to be the main villain, and I was kind of looking forward to that. We got a black man who's in a prominent villain role, and he's been playing the hell out of that role. And now we're never going to get the conclusion of it, or we're going to get a rush conclusion.
I feel you, and I'm there. A part of my outlook is, for as much as we trust Marvel with this story, this overarching story, I hate this t-shirt, by the way. As much as we trust Marvel's overarching story, it's not like they've gotten everything right prior to this. Like, the whole idea of Thanos as the big bad, that's not even where they were going when we first saw Thanos.
Right. True.
Right? Like Thanos being the big bad was a result of traction gained because of Thanos. So
Yeah.
even if like we're really early in the game with Kang, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're almost at the point where we were when Loki was the big bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's not like they can't do it, but I think they played their hand too far out when they started predicting 10 years into the future. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
No, yeah.
that's the thing that concerned me. I'm like, first of all, how can you determine whether or not these actors are going to actually want to play these roles in 10 years? That's number
I
one.
mean, it is a
Number
steady
two,
check, though. You know.
yeah, but it's a lot of it's a lot of commitment.
True.
Also, like how you bet a whole lot that all these people are going to be alive, and if you're not, then what is your contingency plan? Like you got to know that Samuel Jackson is not going to make it to freaking
X-Men. I mean, he's already been old 10 years ago. Like,
yeah, know what I'm saying? Like he's like 78 or something, right?
Yeah,
he's not making it. I mean, I want him to make it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he's
not going to have to make it.
Yeah, he's not going to be Nick Fury in freaking X-Men. It's not going to happen. Right. It's 5 years out. But
there's
easily.
Also been, in the comics, there's been a black with Nick Fury and a Caucasian Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So, they do have that contingency plan. They really have to play that card. But also at the same time, it's like, no, we want Samuel Jackson Nick Fury.
Well, because they made Nick Fury to look like him. They made that decision. And there's nothing wrong with that. I get it. I just, going that far into the future, you put your handcuffs on yourself, and now they're reorganizing, which you would hope that they do. The question is, are they going to recast Kang into a smaller bit so they can get him out the paint and make Dr. Doom that guy?
So I've seen something of this where they're calling for John Boyega to kind of be the stand-in Kang for the time being.
That ain't it. He's not going to be. I tell you this right now.
He probably is not. But I mean, for looks and optics.
Well, he's the first. Okay. He's the first guy you think of because that's facial feature wise. Correct. That's the easiest 1-to-1 with an actor that can actually act. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So, like, if he had started as Kang, great. But then again, I don't think Kang would have been Kang without Jonathan Majors. He's such a, he has such a gravity to himself as far as acting is concerned. So,
and to understand the gravity of this, if you look back, I would say Kang is definitely relevant because if you look at his character, he is a multiversal threat. And
that's the other thing.
And that's what Marvel has been building up to with.
That's the other thing.
Was it the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and the incursions, and where we got like
Spider-Man, No Way Home.
So it's like and what was Spider-Man? No Way Home was like 4 years, 4 years
across
ago?
The Spider-Verse. All of this,
all of
was
that
building to
multiversal levels.
Yeah, what would be, put it like this. The fact that the second portion of Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse has been delayed indefinitely lets us know part and parcel to what the plan was. Because Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse, if you saw it, if you really go deep into the Marvel bag, it was setting up the ability to blend the animation and the live action. Right? It was setting up to do that in a way that Marvel could literally do anything with the multiversal world and be able to have all of these different universes to tell all of these different stories.
And actually get a live action Miles Morales.
Look, without having to worry about making it all fit in one timeline, which those of us that knew that meant we were going to get an infinite amount of stories, right? For some of y'all, it didn't matter, but when they started putting up the universe numbers, that means something. Yeah. That means that these stories can and will happen, and you look forward to it because some of these stories and some of these comic book storylines do not fit in the conventional universe that we're in. So we need other universes to tell that.
Yeah, it's too
right?
dense. If you start looking at it that way, it's like, okay, then, everything leads into each other. It's like, okay, well, why were the Eternals sitting back when Thanos was coming through?
You can't retcon some of this stuff into the same universe. It just won't work. But yeah, that happened while you were away, my friend. That happened. And we were all clutching our pearls for a whole bunch of reasons. Most of which was the video of him running away from this white woman across what seemed like 15 different cameras in New York. Yo, this dude was hauling tail. And we were all laughing like, why? Dude, you're sprinting like Usain Bolt away from this white woman. And I get it, but you chose her, so you get what you chose, okay?
It's true. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But then the other thing that I didn't... so this other one, the only way I knew about it was, I don't know, this allegory thing where they had this picture of like, hey, try to figure out the saying. And it was like, I forget what it is, but one of them was TD Jakes. And I'm just like, what else happened while I was gone? And apparently he's the equivalent to what?
No.
Bottom?
No. And I'm like,
no. What's going on here?
Okay,
so please explain to me what is this?
While you were gone, there was a rumor that was started on the internet. This is my soapbox moment for the show. There's a rumor started on the internet because there's video pictures of TD Jakes being at Diddy's birthday parties multiple years. A rumor was started that TD Jakes also frequents Sean Combs's, Puff Daddy's freak offs.
Oh,
right. So you know the puffy white parties that he has that everybody goes to.
Yeah.
Jay goes to the party. Kevin Hart be at the parties. All these people, all these celebrities be at these puffy parties, puffy white parties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They picked TD Jakes and was like, TD Jakes be at the parties. Look, he at the parties. And that party that you're looking at right now is the freak offs. Yeah. And they be like, I heard he was a power bottom. I was like, first of all, don't be throwing terms out that people got to Google that don't really want to know what the answer is. That's number one. Number two, this was for a Instagram post or a TikTok post. All right. Here's people, for the love of God, please hear me when I say, just because someone can get in front of their camera and create a video or create a TikTok or Instagram post doesn't mean that what they're saying is even remotely factual.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it has there's no journalistic integrity that comes with having an Instagram account or TikTok account or having a podcast. That is not the standard with which we ought to be agreeing, accepting, or even entertaining the things that people say without sources. It's not, This is not journalism just because it's on the internet. I heard my son say today, I saw it on the internet. Nigga, just because you saw it on the internet, don't make it real.
Right. There's a lot of stuff on the internet that is not real. Like, I mean, you can look up Area 51 and get lost in that for days. And quite a bit of that stuff's not real.
But that's where it started from. And you know how the internet is. They run with everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? They run with everything. And once the joke gets started, right, they got all kind of jokes about this man. And there's a whole conversation.
Undefeated.
Undefeated and unconcerned with truth at this point on these apps and on these message boards. But here's the thing. There's a conversation that is to be had about what people would consider credible allegations against people. There's a conversation to be had about that. That is separate from something you heard on the internet, right? Now, we could go into the actual allegations that have been made against TD Jakes about some things, right? Because there are allegations, whether they're credible or not, they're actual allegations that have been levied with law enforcement or with the state of Texas or whatever, right? The closer you are to the situation, the more you hear about the things and things that are going on.
Right, it's region centric, yeah.
Yeah, it's region centric. So being in Texas, I hear a whole lot about a whole lot that I never heard before from people that are citing sources, people they know firsthand accounts, this sort of thing. I'm like, wow, didn't know that. Wow, didn't consider that. Whatever. But just because someone's on the internet telling you that they saw a picture of TD Jakes at Puffy's party and why he at the party, he must be in the free calls. And what I heard was this. Don't make it true. And I'm not willing to allow people to consider slandering his name because of that. Right? Without any source or documentation or nothing. Right? But they was getting on that man. Like, and the funny part is, and here's the thing. Here's the other thing. If you're going to slander somebody like that, if you're going to make that kind of allegation, you better have some sort of source. Because if not, and you have an actual platform, you're going to be sued and you're going to lose.
Yeah.
And you're going to be in
defamation of character.
For slander and defamation of as well you should. So don't be out here talking all breezy about someone just because you want to get likes. Like the girl that did it, she was like, oh my gosh, because TD Jakes, he had to come out and he was like, yo, no.
Yeah. I think I saw a snippet of that, and it was like during one of his sermons. He was like,
well, he put out a statement, and one of the sermons like, why would I respond to a lie when I get to talk about the truth of Jesus Christ being born in the coming days? Which I thought was a masterful statement, but then again, he has great messaging and all that good stuff. But in the statement that he gave out, he mentioned the person that started the rumor.
Oof.
To which her response was, oh my gosh, I can't believe he mentioned me. Oh my gosh, all his followers and are going to be looking at me and oh my gosh. And I'm like, yeah, you
Not
say that.
Good light.
You say that now, but when them lawyers get done with you, you better be on your knees for real, because you on
you better stand on business.
No, you better plead out. Ain't no standing on business. Tasha K got, dude. Okay, so just as a frame of reference, you know who Tasha K is?
No, I can't say that I do.
Okay. So
I'm learning a lot today.
A few years ago, Tasha K, who has a podcast and a media platform where she deals with rumors and salacious information, right? Kind of like Wendy Williams used to be back in the day. You remember that?
I despise Wendy Williams, even from the beginning.
Tasha K had platform. She had a radio show on the podcast. On the podcast, she would talk all this salacious stuff, and she slandered Cardi B. Cardi B was like, I'm not taking this. I don't care what it takes. I'm not taking this.
Yeah.
Tasha K lost a $4 million lawsuit. And so she's on the hook for $4 million, which she does not have. Right?
Well, just taking a quick break here. For anybody that doesn't know, if you ever say Cardi B's full name out loud, your furniture starts moving. Just let you know.
Wow. I've tried it, and no, my furniture did not start moving. But no. But
quick break.
I can't with you. But yeah, be careful with how you say what you say, because $4 million. Can you imagine having to pay someone $4 million?
Man, look, I get a repair bill for $500. I was like, yo, we need to figure this out. What's going on here? Like, hey, is this everything that you guys did? Like, nothing more comes with this? Like, and that's over $500. Look, I get my power bill. I'm like, or especially my direct TV bill. I'm like, yo, I'm about to cancel. We're done. We're finished.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
And $4 million, man, I laugh.
And apologies won't do. Once $4 million lien against you till you pay that sucker off. No, thank you.
Everything you own. I hope that, it's one of those where it's like, business savvy. If you're going to do stuff like that, make sure your podcast or whatever is, trademarked or LLC. So in that way you have personal liability protection, because that's $4 million is $4 million. I don't care what you say.
$4 million is $4 million. And even if you're protected against slander, there are not a whole lot of insurance policies that will pay out for that. At
Oh,
least
true.
not for the
Absolutely.
full amount. So
Yeah.
it's not even like you coming out the pocket for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but yeah, no, that happened while you were away.
Yeah, I looked up
And
I looked up the definition of power bottom. Let's
no, 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 no,
I'm not
no,
saying it. I'm just saying I looked
no,
it up.
no.
Yeah,
Why would
it's
you even Google that? I saw the two
well,
words together and I was like, I don't know what the definition is, but I know what
yeah,
the definition is.
yeah. Well, I assumed what it was, but I was just like, oh, okay.
Confirmed, didn't it? Didn't it
Yeah.
confirm?
Like
Yep.
gotcha. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm still in the right train of mind here. All right, gotcha. All right. Moving on.
Oh my God.
Oh yes.
Oh
Oh
my
yes.
God.
Oh wait, how'd you get sick, man?
I don't know how I got sick.
Smells like the minions.
I'm the only one. Okay, so last week, me and Silas was at the house all week long, just me and him. The week
Mm-hmm.
before Christmas, just me and him. Okay. He was sick. He didn't feel good after about 3 days. And in 2 days, we just let him stay home. So he missed like a whole 4 days worth of school.
Right before spring break. Or I mean not spring
Right
break,
before
but
Christmas
Christmas
break.
break.
Yeah. I, on the other hand, was at death's doorstep.
Mm.
So last week I had a running fever of 102 for like 7 days. Yeah.
Some
So
Osmosis Jones stuff, man.
no. Okay, so the first day it happened, I felt myself getting sick and I was like, all right, I felt myself getting hot. Got a
Mm-hmm.
fever. I'm a big boy. I've had fevers before. I'm going to huddle up. I'm gonna take a couple extra blankets and I'll put it on myself and I'm gonna sweat out whatever
Mm-hmm.
this is. I think I lost 5 pounds in sweat. No, like for real that night. And I was so hot. My wife was like, oh my God, I think you're gonna die. Did you take anything? And I was like,
You know, it's a problem when your wife says that. It's like,
yo,
what?
I got in the bed after her, right? Because she had to go to work and whatnot. I was doing something. I was like, matter of fact, I had been working late because I was trying to fix a thing for work. So I'd been working late. Man, I was so tired, man. I got in the bed. I took my shower. I got in the bed and whatnot. Man, she was like, oh my God, are you going to die? Have you taken anything? And I was like, nah. She was like, what's wrong with you? Take this. So she gave me a Dayquil and like 1,000 milligrams of acetaminophen.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
And then I sweated through our linens again.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened every day. Like during the day, I'd only have I could do like 2 hours of something and then I have to sleep for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, like I'd have 2 hours of medicated time. I wake up in the morning, at 8:00, 9:00 East Coast me. I wake up for that. I wake up, go downstairs, get me some oatmeal, pop me Dayquil, 2 Dayquils, pop me 500 acetaminophen, pop me freaking 200 of ibuprofen, and I'm good for 2.5 hours. At 2.5 hours, I have to pass out. And it would be like that the remainder of the day on an ongoing cycle. And that happened for 7 days, bro.
Ooh, your sleep schedule was shot.
It was so jacked up. Yo, it was so jacked up. And so bad. It's so bad now that I still have mucus in my chest, not in my throat, in my chest that I can hear when I breathe. If I breathe deeply, like if I breathe shallow, I can't hear nothing. But if I breathe, I can feel it deep down in my chest, and it's so bad. Matter of fact, what's today? Today's Wednesday. Freaking, I think it was like Saturday. I couldn't smell or taste a thing. Yo, no, seriously. Like, I was sitting down, and I was like, something happened. And I was like, I can't smell anything. And so my kids were like, Dad, you can't smell anything? Oh, no. And they were like, are you playing? So they started just bringing me stuff around the house. I was like, yo, bring me my cologne. Yeah. They brought me like all of my cologne. By the way, can I say my cologne collection? I'm going to make more strides in 2024. But right now, my cologne collection, I've got Polo, I've got Sauvage, I've got Versace.
Savage. Isn't that another way of saying just savage?
No, it is not. I've got Versace. I've got Yves Saint Laurent. I got 12 perfumes now, and I'm not talking about eau de toilette. No. We buy perfume. We buy the good stuff. And next year they've got Vanilla Sex by Tom Ford, which will be my first purchase of the year, and hopefully come, I don't know, right before 4th of July, actually right before Memorial Day, I can be balling like I was a couple years ago, and I can buy me some Baccarat. Yup, that's on the to-do list for 2024. At any rate, they brought me colognes and I couldn't smell it. They brought me oregano oil. I couldn't smell it. They brought me all manner of things. Couldn't smell a thing. It's like I couldn't even taste the thing. Like I ate.
Well, so like it was completely gone, or was this like reduced? Because I've had sicknesses where I had reduced smelling and reduced tasting. Well, not necessarily tasting, but smelling.
No, Dominique. Like they brought me my eau de perfume of my freaking Yves Saint Laurent. And I put it at my nose and I couldn't smell it. I could feel it, but I couldn't smell it.
Oh, God.
Like, think about the most odorful thing in your house, right? Putting it up to your nose and taking a big whiff and not being, you can feel your body physically pulling it into your nose, and you can feel your nose physically reacting to what it is.
Yeah.
But your brain can't interpret what's going into your freaking nose.
Yeah. I've got a pretty good nose, especially like for dirty diapers and stuff. I can smell it from like
far
away. And that's how I know I was sick one time, because I was like, I had to take a super deep. I was like, wait, did you poop? And I was like, wait, why does it take that much effort for me to smell it? And it's like, yeah. So I get what you're saying. I totally get it, man. Dude, that's.
I ate a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and it tasted like cardboard.
That's troubling. I'd be hot. I'd be pissed.
I was for 2 days. It was nothing. And then
what do you want to eat? It was like, doesn't matter. I can't taste.
Why are you asking me? I can't taste anything.
Yeah.
Oh, how's the food I made you, Dad? I don't know.
See, that's when they should get you on Fear Factor,
dude. 2 days. On the second day, the end of the second day, my son passed gas, and I was like, I can smell that. Yes. Bring me things to smell. Yeah, that was yeah. So we did it all over again. I can smell on my cologne, so I can smell it now. But it was the first time I've never had that. Like,
yeah, I didn't have it during COVID either.
It's so scary, dude. It's so scary. Like I can't taste anything going forward. Oh my God. Like I can't taste food.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm not saying I've ever considered suicide, but that'll make you consider it. Like I can't taste
that Buc-ee's brisket
food anymore. Oh my God. You don't even understand. Oh,
that's a problem. Oh. And some people have that lingering, and it's like,
bro.
Oh man, I couldn't.
I'd lose all kind of weight.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I'd drop the 75 pounds I'm trying to get rid of right now quickly. So,
oh man. Well, I'm glad you didn't die. You're still here, which is awesome, because it'd be really hard to do a show without you, man.
I'm sure you'd find someone to say to soapbox and say somewhat ridiculous things and to shame you for not knowing how to play spades and not being able to play dominoes very well.
If I could find that person, I mean,
I
wouldn't be here.
I'm sure you could.
You're the best person for the job, man.
That's backhanded. It's backhanded. It's okay though.
No, you're the best person for the job, bro. Like, no.
Yo, can we talk about one more thing before we close this up?
What's up?
Okay. I like card games. Now,
Space.
no. I like card games. And yes, I play Spades and Hearts and Bid Whist. I can play all of those. Pinochle. To varying degrees of success, like Spades being at the top, Hearts, Bid Whist, and Pinochle, kind of like in that order.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife has this thing for games, right? We do big game night with the kids. We got really big into it during COVID. We started buying games like Cover Your Kingdom,
Never heard of it.
Cover Your Kingdom, Cover Your Kingdom, Cover Your Assets, Exploding Kittens, Pirate,
Exploding Kitten.
Pirate something or another. Like I have a curio full of games, and they are amazing games to play that we play with each other, and my kids play them. They're strategy games, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. But I'd never played like a card stacking game, kind of like, like Dungeons and Dragons type, right? With Dungeons and Dragons, you do dragons, right? In Pokemon, you collect Pokemon, but this is a card stacking game. My wife bought a Star Wars card stacking game, and when I tell you, it is absolutely amazingly entertaining.
Nice.
Dude. Oh my gosh. Like, I be at work thinking to myself, all right, so this, I'm going to change. I be at work like, all right, I'm going to change up my tactics this time, right? Because I'm going to be the rebels this time. And instead of having this, and this, I'm going to do this, and this. Because last time I beat her, I did this. But she almost won, and it was too close. So, and as soon as I get off work or when I be on lunch, because the game takes about 35, 40 minutes. This is person to person. It's 2 people game. The other games that we play is like 3, 4, 5 person games.
Right.
But yeah, dude. Oh my God. It's so good. I'm looking for another one right now because I be smacking her around in that. And I kind of need something that she can actually kind of like beat me at a little bit. Baby, if you're watching this, it's okay. Everybody knows that sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. But at this game, you be taking them L's, girl. Good God. And that's okay. That's okay. Can't win them all. Yeah. So, but yeah, yeah, definitely. Oh, I got a card game. I'm gonna send you for you and your wife to play. Yeah,
I'm curious now.
Okay, so hold on. I gotta pull it. I don't forgot the name of it now. We've had it so long. Matter of fact, it was last Christmas that we bought.
It's not tonight's conversation, is it?
No.
Oh.
No.
Speaking of that, I do love tonight's conversation. It's
really. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It's called Served.
I think I've heard of that.
All I'm saying is you gotta play it once.
Okay.
Gotta play it once. Now, it took us a month to play our game. No, because it takes you a while. You get these cards, and they're cards, and then they're counter cards, which keep the cards on you because you can't counter. You can't play. Pardon me. You can't play unless you have the cards on you.
Right.
And whatever, like you have to agree to do whatever the cards say. Mm-hmm. So when the card goes down, if you don't counter, you got to do it. And I'm telling you, it was absolutely amazing. Like, it was a very good time.
Well, I'm looking at servecards.com, and one of them is like the food envy cards. Like, I went out on a limb and it backfired. My meal sucks, and yours looks good. You're swapping. Take this card and give me your meal now. And that happened. So here's the thing. That was funny because that happens a lot when me and my wife go out. But then also, I eat stuff that she doesn't eat, so it'd be funny for her to give me that card. I was like, go for it.
You went out, and on purpose, I got something that I knew wasn't going to be very good.
Yep.
And I dropped that card, and I took her food. I'm trying to tell you, this game. Look, go look it up on YouTube. Served. I'm trying to tell you, these people. I saw it. I saw it on someone's page. They were like, "Yo, this looks fun," and so I started going down the Served rabbit hole of these couples actually playing Served. Oh my gosh, yes, definitely worth the $20 it costs for this game. Nice. Definitely.
Nice. Yeah, you know what? This does look pretty interesting. They might have to do this.
They probably got an expansion pack now.
An expansion pack? What in the world? They got
Okay.
DLCs?
Yo, this is how you know I'm becoming a card nerd, right? Yes, expansion pack. Oh, they got the kids one out now. I might get that. I might get that. But yeah, no, like I had to buy me a fanny pack to keep my cards in. Because you can't be out here getting served without, like the cards to protect yourself, or else you be short, yo. Yo, okay, I'll tell you one of them. So we was in the mall and my wife hit me with the backwards card. So guess what I had to do while we were in the mall on the day it was, because we got the cards on the 19th, we went to the mall on the 20th. Guess what I had to do?
What's that?
For an entire hour, I had to walk backwards in the mall. Bruh, we in Concord Mills Mall and I'm walking backwards in stores. She hit me with the joint. She hit me with the joint while we were eating in the food court.
Yeah.
So I ended up walking through 6 stores backwards.
Yeah, I can only imagine the cashier's like, "What is this dude's problem?"
Like, what is wrong with this dude? You got to roll with it. You got to do it. It's dope. It's dope. It's dope. It's dope.
I'm about to do this.
It's dope, yo. It's dope. You gotta come to the agreement that we gonna do the thing. Yeah, no. Dude, I ended up giving my wife a fashion show, but with all, like, the thing is, you got to give my fashion show, but like with all the wrong clothes. Oh my god.
Okay.
And I did it. Matter of fact, if I could find the video, I will send it to you. Don't put it on. But I want you to see it, because it is, if I can find it, it is absolutely hilarious. Like, it was well worth the shoot, man. But yeah. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This has been the lifestyle portion of 1155 Fear the Hive, where we talk about all things Dominique and Steven and the world of comedy and hilarity. And we missed you guys last week, but thank you for hanging out with us again. Look forward to seeing you guys next week, and we'll let you guys go.
Laters.
We'll let you guys go. Now.
Hold on. Wait.